Yo!
Oh, hey man! Just in the middle of measuring my offsets here. 4.20. Welcome to the bunker. This is my machine check.
Machine check time. First machine check.
First one. This is my 2001 Mazda MX5 NB2 SVT model. So it's a 1.8 VVTi with a 6-speed and a fancy diff. This is my practice car.
Crashu car, practice car.
Yep.
So the main point from the outside. GundamAero.
GundamAero. Bit haggard, but GundamAero. It's still one piece, solid.
Yeah.
It's loose for when you crash. You got your classic JDM tool hook for when you go in the ditches.
Oh, hold on, let me just get, zoom in on that.
Lightweight.
Yeah. Special design paint.
This is so when you're in Mexico and the cops turn up, you just sort of green, see the slime? Green effect. There's your roof car stack. A little bit of gap, that's for cooling. Roofing. Good for holding the boot up.
As you can see, not a lot in there.
What I have in here is history of
Memorabilia.
losing my aero. Sweet tire stickers, so don't forget what tires I need to order. That's where I look. And a battery. Battery which is actually Crail spec.
Oh yeah.
That passed. It does shut. So it's a 2-man operation.
Okay.
Tail lights. Just.
Good fitment tail lights.
Yeah, good fitment. So FYI for anybody that's going to be running this kit, when you get this kit, it's advisable to trim all the way around here as much as you can, so that if you rip this off, you save your tail lights.
Leave the lights behind.
Yeah. Before discovering that, we've probably gone through like 8 sets of tail lights. They're in, but cable tied. It rips the mountains off the back of the lights, unfortunately. Just cheap plastic. And a sweet tailpipe. Standard exhaust for tailpipe.
Standard exhaust for tailpipe. Cheat code.
Yeah, cheat code for speed. And of course we have the GundamAeros for Japan single wiper.
How would we say this? Street legal sun strip?
In some countries, maybe. Yeah, visibility is at a minimum, as it's been pointed out a few times by people. That you see out of that, and it's like, well, you don't really.
You don't look out your front window when you're drifting, though. You look out the side window.
And that's why I also don't have washer jet things. So really, why do I have a wiper? Not sure.
Well, it's for style points.
It's for style points.
Cool.
Yeah.
So wheels.
Wheels. So these wheels are not Watanabes. I do have Watanabes, which are through the house.
It's very dark. Hold on, let me get my light out.
Oh, you're good. Yeah. So these are Compromotives. I do not remember the model spec. These are not my wheels. These are Mr. D's wheels, which I robbed from his MX5. And these are 15x9 ET0, I think. So they are half an inch wider than the watts that I usually run. And I just did that for boss fitments.
Beefy specs. As you can see from the front here.
Just
a beefy spec. And then the rear, same deal on the rear.
Same deal. Same deal. Yeah. Pretty much. I think the front's got a spacer. I think if I remember right, I took the spacer off the back just so it didn't scrub as much, because it was. These have been trimmed back, but
yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah, it's pretty close. And I mean, I've got all these lows offsets and stuff, you know, pretty good.
Obligatory Japanese JDM style sticker collection. Yeah. Not as hardcore as it used to be.
No, it's not.
It's not a full back window.
It's changed from the sticker bomb to just being like the representing people.
Let's have a look at you. Oh, Streeter. Yep, the dude. Shirt's tucked in. Casey.
Oh, Reckless Tribe. That's a Reckless Tribe collab sticker. Minty.Fresh and Reckless Tribe. And then Arch 420 sticker. Mrs. Jones. That's a classic. Engine, we'll go for engine.
Yeah, we'll go engine, then we'll go interior.
The best thing about this car is the engine is normal. So
for all you dudes that want 800 horsepower drift cars, engine normal.
engine is very normal. So the one thing I did do with this, that I wanted to do with this when I got it, was the arc intake chamber and arc box.
Yeah.
Because that's something I've done on every MX5 I've had. I've had one of these chambers and one of these boxes. I've always sold them, and I managed to rebuy a different version of it. But I got it again. When I got this car, I was like, it came up for sale, I got it. Already had the arc box in a box somewhere. So I reused that with the arc filter, which should probably get clean actually.
Yes, you can see. There's no fancy gimmicks around here.
Nope. Nothing fancy.
ABS delete.
Yeah, ABS is gone. Don't need that. Don't need that where I'm going. Stock strut brace, stock radiator.
Stock everything.
Stock everything, a little bit of like fancy coloured tape around those hoses. Those hoses are notorious for splitting. Touch wood, it's been sound so far.
Oh, and the bonnet, we forgot about the bonnet.
The bonnet's the
Inside
best part. So yeah, that was done by Reckless graffiti dude from, he's local dude to us. And he sprayed up this like Space Galaxy S5. S5 is like our street division.
I was about to say, for the people of the internet, what does S5 mean?
It stands for Scottish Street Style Skid Survivalists, which came about when the lockdowns occurred. And then we were like, nah, no lockdown for us. We're gonna go do some skids. So yeah, we created S5, and then that's where that came from. Space in there, some stars, and yeah, I did a sick job. That's probably the best thing about that engine bay, in all fairness, is that bonnet.
Put the value of the car up.
Oh, easy.
Probably
yeah,
30-40%.
That bonnet's probably worth the same as a car now. Probably. Plastic cable ties, which I actually stole from Thou. So hopefully he won't spot that I took them all. And the headlights, obviously, also cable tied in there for extra security.
Maximum drift effect.
Yeah, which is really good. This is actually an NA intake box chamber because it has this extra pipe which I don't have.
You don't need.
I just put electrical tape on there. This is a super ghetto car when you see it. It works. I'm not
it's not pretty. It's not supposed to be
It's
pretty.
not supposed to be
It's a
pretty.
drift car.
Exactly. And then I did that. This was for the ABS delete. This is probably the newest, shiniest new car. So yeah, that about wraps it up for the engine bay. I don't think there's much more in there other than the engine. The engine, as I said, is 1.8 VVT. I think it's got the highest horsepower output of all NA and NB MX5s. So if you're buying an NB, SVT is the model you want, and I don't actually know if you got these in the US. SVT is the model you want, it's the best one.
Yeah.
It's got the best gearbox, it's got the best. A lot of them for sale just now are just being broken though, because they're all rotten. So if you can, even if you can find one that's rotten with a box and diff, it's worthwhile getting.
Yeah.
Oh, my lights.
Oh, hold on. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Cool light is this. So yeah, there's a story behind that light, but I'm not going to tell you about it. But it's black, and I've got sweet yellow lights in there and green lights, which also super street legal in some places. But yeah, that probably is a bit it for. I'll put my poking stick down, measure and divide it. The interior is actually not bad.
It's cool, but it's not the original interior. I can see.
This is actually probably the cleanest part of the car, I think. This is where I spent more effort on. An NB1 dash, an NB1 obviously center console. And the reason I did this is because it was half tan. That was it. So I technically downgraded the interior to get a half tan dashboard because I just thought it looked sweet. And originally when the car was getting done yellow, I thought half tan and yellow would work real sweet.
Yeah.
So I went with the half tan and didn't look back.
A Bugatti Nardi.
Yeah, got the Nardi 330. It's been in all my cars. Had this for a long time. It's on the Snap-Ots D1 Snap spec kit thing.
I'll come round in 2 seconds. Right, man.
Yeah, so this is in here just now until our new steering wheels arrive, which will be in the next few months. Look out for those, they'll be sick.
Hydro.
You got classic hydro, which is again not something that you would usually put in an MX5, but for the ease of being able to do 180s like at the top of hills, it's so much better. Like you don't need to do the fucking 6-point turn or whatever, you can just pull that. And then you're just turning, it's on a bracket which I got from a dude that makes some custom, so it mounts to like the
And then sneak peek if you spotted.
Oh yeah,
New
so
products.
this is one of our new products that we're releasing this year. Minty.Fresh gear stick will be available so far in purple or green. That is the purple variant with the Minty.Fresh logo on the top.
I'll stick some like close-up beauty shots of that in here,
Yeah.
so you can see it.
Got some Blitz gauges, Blitz BLM. That is like my favourite gauge of all time. Black like magic.
Turbo gauge for turbo car.
Boost gauge, yep, which don't think works.
No turbine.
It lights up though. It lights
Oh,
up.
that's all that
That was
matters.
kind of what I was going with here. There is a voltage gauge there.
Mhm.
Again, the thing with these MX5s is gauges 52mm and 60mm actually fit perfect in the air vents. So
The
as you can
vents,
see there, I've taken that out and just stuck in like a little Watanabe
Mhm.
RC wheel, which I used to do back in the day when I had my NAs. Minty.Fresh floor mats, very important. Use a little bit, but this is from Garage Moon Power.
Mhm.
Super high quality, nice spike background.
Yeah, spikes. You get spikes
These are
on.
really good. Brides. Although I have a bride. So I have a bride
Which is actually a sparkle.
and I have a sparkle, which is
Controversial.
A lot of people don't know that.
Controversial.
And the usual standard setup, so fixed bucket driver side, recliner on the passenger side.
Mhm.
And that's actually a very comfortable bride seat. And then I've got the needed bride cushion side bits. Yeah, that's about it.
So that's the main
Oh,
parts.
and I've got a K half row bar,
Oh yeah, that's right.
which you need for if you're doing like
Kickflips. Yep.
That's a 5-race one, which is swapped with Pete, I think. I think that was Pete's row bar he bought for his NA and it didn't fit the NA. So I gave him my one and took the 5-race one.
Mhm. So the things you can't see under the car.
Under the car,
Suspension.
so it's got HSD coils, destroyer die knuckles, destroyer die extended front line,
LSD.
and the factory LSD.
Yeah. So
that's
it's viscous torsion.
Well, it's a debate because technically speaking, as far as I know, it's supposed to be like a Fuji special diff.
Mm.
That's what they say, Fuji diff. So like, it's either a Fuji or it's something else. But either way, it's an LSD and it works really good.
Yeah.
So it's a super simple, super cheap setup. Lock mods, a diff, 6-speed. 6-speed's really good, by the way. Don't know if I said that. It's really
Good for cruising.
It's good for everything. It's good for skids. Supposed to be just a cheap and cheerful drift car for practicing. And that's exactly what I've got. Front's been welded. We cut out the front, re-welded the front of it, so it's the back is a bit rusty. So we're going to sort that out before it gets back on the road.
Yeah. More importantly, the car down the back. You
Car
can't
down the
see
back.
the one down the back.
Yeah.
Way down here.
Come down.
It's been in hibernation a while.
Yeah, this is it. This is the 997 Toyota Chaser JZX100.
The Toyota Chaser that was from Japan.
Yeah. So this is the one I bought back in 2011.
Yeah.
G1 GP took it back for NDC
Mhm.
and used it for street, used it for drift days, whatever, and then dailied it for a while. And now she's sitting here looking really, really sorry for herself.
There's plans afoot though.
Yeah, so I've done more work on it in the last like 6 months than I have in the last 5 years. So yeah, we're getting there. So yeah, it's a Chaser. A lot of people like it, a lot of people don't, but I love it. Got legit gang doors on it. It did have a full BN kit. And,
Oh, don't show them the secrets. We'll keep it.
Oh, okay.
We'll keep it for another time.
What, inside?
Yeah.
Oh.
The secrets of the engine room.
Yeah.
The secret is there's no secret.
There's no secret. I was thinking of a secret. There's a secret. Yeah, okay.
But yeah, MX5 for now.
This is the Gundam Minty.Fresh Altizer. 1JZ GBTI single turbo
Pete's baby.
SXC10, which is the most complete one of all the cars in here.
Yeah, it's the most
This
complete.
car got resprayed just not long ago, even though it doesn't look it, but it's had fresh paint after the kit. Engine is legit, interior is legit, underneath is legit, wheels are legit. It is a legit car.
It's ready to go, except for a livery.
Yeah, just need delivery, and the engine is sweet, get a sun strip back on it. Hopefully convince them to get rid of those elephant ear wing mirrors.
Get Ganado. Well, you won't be able to get Ganados now, they're too expensive.
That's why I'm glad I got Chaser ones when I did, when they were like 50 quid.
Yeah.
One of maybe 5 now in the world,
Mhm.
I think.
Yeah.
Gundam kitted Altezas. Or Alteza wise, it's maybe the only one. The rest of them were IS-200s.
Yeah.
It might be the only Alteza Gundam, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think there's not many kits out there anyway, put it that way. So it's pretty unique. But yeah, we can talk about that later.
Yeah. Oh well, for the time being,
IS-200.
MX5 machine check
Yes,
for now.
It's
For now.
tested.
Yeah.
Over years of drifting MX5s, kind of found a good sort of balance, finding something that's little to no work to keep it going.
Yeah. If you want to see more of it, it's in the Gospel video.
Yeah, that was its last day, other than a Boindy day. I think that was its last proper day.
Oh well, thank you for showing us your machine.
No problem, I'm going to get back to measuring these offsets for it.
Yeah, and enjoy these beauty shots that are about to come your way.